Hello and welcome back to our series of short videos, How to Do It Right, the SAP S/4HANA Project Handbook. This series is based on our book publication. We share practical experience and proven methods for successful SAP S/4HANA projects. Our goal is simple: take away the fear and bring clarity to you. My name is Lucas Reyes and this is the 6th episode. Today we talk about how an SAP project actually gets started. In the upcoming videos, we will address topics like, for example, share with you a practical guide how not to forget about the number of little details that might let your project collapse. In the first 5 episodes, we covered the wrong assumptions at the beginning of SAP projects, the choice between brownfield, greenfield, and Bluefield, the changing scope of SAP in the age of AI, how to choose the right consulting pattern, and how to think about the future operating model. Today, we get to the practical part of SAP project. You have gone through the strategic questions, you have discussed scope, operating model, consulting, and transition path. So what happens next? How does the project actually begin? This episode is about the pre-project, the formal project start, and the first 3 to 6 months. That is the period where many teams either create momentum or create future pain. In most cases, you need a real pre-project, not a few scattered workshops, not a slide deck, a real pre-project. That is where the groundwork gets done. You define the target setup. You make the major decisions. You reduce avoidable uncertainty before the larger delivery machine starts moving. You usually need to settle things like this early. The overall transition path, greenfield, bluefield, or brownfield, the future operating model, the infrastructure setup, the main partner and contract model, the basic governance, the first essential design decisions, and the business case. The next job is concept work, and this is where many projects are too sloppy at the start. You need early concepts for the things that become expensive to fix later. For example, organizational structure, company codes, plans and locations, chart of accounts, reporting logic, master data ownership, roles and authorization principles, and the future operations model. If you are moving from an existing SAP landscape, there is more technical homework to do. You need clarity on HANA-related changes, Unicode status, business partner conversion, custom code impact, add-on compatibility, data volume, archiving, interfaces, and old technical dependencies that may break during the move. Once the project starts, put ownership in place immediately. Process ownership, data ownership, decision ownership. Not on paper only, in reality. That means naming the people, giving them time, and making sure they understand the responsibility. If nobody owns the process, the data, or the decision, the consultants will fill the gap. And then the customer loses control faster than expected. The build should not start in a conceptual vacuum. You do not need perfect documentation for every detail before work begins. But you do need a clear direction. The business side and the technical side must already know what kind of target they are moving toward. Pre-configuration or quick configuration can help here. It gives the team something concrete to react to. That is useful. But it is only a starting point. It does not replace architectural thinking or business judgment. The PMO should also be in place early. A weak PMO creates confusion. A good one keeps the project moving. It should cover planning, decision tracking, dependencies, risk handling, issue handling, document logic, test preparation, and status reporting. And it should be lean, not theatrical, not overloaded with templates that nobody reads. Choose your tool chain with some care. Do not just copy what everybody else uses. A lot of project tools are old, clumsy, and only received a little AI paint on top. That does not make them good. Then comes the method question. How agile should the project be? Our recommendation is pragmatic. Use structure first. Use agility where it helps. Do not turn the whole program into an experiment. SAP projects still depend on things that are not very agile by nature: organizational design, roles, integrations, data migration, testing, cutover, and compliance. So yes, small agile elements can be useful inside teams or work packages. But the overall project usually needs a strong structured backbone. Otherwise, you get fake agility. Shifting scope, unclear priorities, endless meetings, and a lot of noise that looks modern but solves very little. Another point matters a lot at the start. Keep the setup lean. Small teams work better. Clear roles work better. Fast decisions work better. Huge meeting structures and overstaffed workshops are rarely a sign of quality. More often, they are a sign that nobody wants to make hard calls. This also applies to partner setup. Do not flood the project with people too early. Start with the people you really need. Add more only where the work justifies it. Establish a decision instance, your CEO if not one else wants, and let him/her decide over topics. Every week, 2 hours blocked for decisions. AI should be used from the beginning. It can help with concept drafts, meeting summaries, training material, test cases, document cleanup, and PMO support. That can remove a lot of low-value manual work. But AI is not a replacement for judgment. It does not own architecture. It does not own security. It does not own finance. And it does not own go-live risk. There is another point here. Using AI well requires people who know how to use it. A lot of traditional consultants still do not. Or they use it badly and simply hide weak thinking behind faster slide production. So yes, use AI, but use it consciously and keep an eye on cost. What do companies most often get wrong in this early phase? Usually the same things. Weak ownership, weak master data thinking, weak reporting and cost concept, no clear decision path, too much fake agility, too many people involved too early, and not enough attention to realistic testing scenarios. That is why the start matters so much. If these basics are weak in the first months, the project may still look healthy in status meetings, but later, the problems show up in build quality, user adoption, and operations. My conclusion is therefore, a good SAP project start is usually not exciting. It is clean, disciplined, and efficient. Do the pre-project properly. Make the key decisions early. Set ownership early. Build concepts before configuration. Set up a lean PMO. Use selective agility, not agile theater. And use AI where it saves time without lowering quality. The first 3 to 6 months do not decide everything, but they decide much more than many teams want to admit. Thank you for your interest. Hope to see you soon. Please do not miss the next part of our journey to smart SAP projects. Part 7. The nasty leftovers that can kill the budget. Manage the development pipeline, EA, infrastructure, etc. Part 8. Basics with a thrill. Project and roll-in and roll-out organization. And this is all to help you to win the race. And this all is to the unsung heroes of transformation, project leaders who have navigated the stormy seas of deadlines, scope changes, and midnight deployments with unwavering resolve. Thank you for your interest. Goodbye. Lukas Röhrs. And if you can't wait until the next episode starts and you'd like to find out more about how to make sure your SAP project is on the right track, have a look at our great new book. It is available on Amazon.com. Now,